Imagine boarding a flight and then simply vanishing from the face of the earth. This is the chilling mystery of Flight 370. In the early hours of March 8, 2014, Flight 370, operated by Malaysia Airlines, took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport. With Beijing as its intended destination, the airplane held a total of 239 souls on board, each unaware of the enigma that was about to unfold. The flight was just like any other, unremarkable in its routine. The passengers settled into their seats, flight attendants went about their duties, and the pilots guided the aircraft into the night sky. It was an ordinary journey until it wasn't. Less than an hour after takeoff, Flight 370 disappeared from air traffic control radar. It was as if the plane had turned into a ghost, evaporating into thin air, leaving no trace behind. The last communication between the aircraft and ground control was a casual, "Good night, Malaysian 370," from the cockpit. This was followed by an eerie silence that has since echoed through the years. The sudden loss of contact was alarming, especially given the modern technology at our disposal. Despite all our advancements, we had an airplane that had seemingly slipped off the face of the earth, carrying with it 239 individuals, each with their own stories, dreams, and lives. The shock was instantaneous, gripping the world with a chilling sense of dread. The families of those on board were left in a state of agonizing uncertainty, grappling with the hope for a miracle and the fear of the unthinkable. The news spread like wildfire, drawing the attention of the world. It wasn't just a missing plane, it was a mystery that challenged our understanding of aviation and technology. Questions started to arise. How could a modern airplane just disappear? Where could it have gone? What could have possibly happened? This marked the beginning of one of the most baffling mysteries in aviation history. Let's unravel the timeline of events that led to the disappearance of Flight 370. It all started on a seemingly ordinary day, the 8th of March 2014. Flight 370, a Malaysia Airlines flight, took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, destined for Beijing. There were 239 souls on board, each with a story of their own, oblivious to the mysterious fate that awaited them. The takeoff was smooth, with nothing out of the ordinary. The Boeing 777 soared into the night sky, embarking on a 6-hour journey that should have ended on a different continent, but destiny had other plans. Around 40 minutes into the flight, at approximately 1:17 a.m., something unusual happened. The plane's transponder stopped transmitting data to air traffic control. This device, crucial for communication and tracking, suddenly went silent. The last words from the cockpit to air traffic control were eerily casual. "Good night, Malaysian 370. Little did they know it was a goodbye. But the mystery deepens. Malaysian military radar picked up an unidentified aircraft shortly after the transponder shut down. It was Flight 370, but it had deviated from its original flight path, turning sharply to the west instead of continuing north towards Beijing. Furthermore, it had climbed to an unusually high altitude of 45,000 feet, well above its approved limit. For the next hour, Flight 370 flew over the Malay Peninsula, then veered northwest towards the Andaman Sea. And then at 2:22 a.m., the unthinkable happened. Flight 370 vanished from radar screens, leaving no trace, no signal, nothing. It was as if it had evaporated into thin air, swallowed by the vastness of the ocean below. A routine flight turned into one of the biggest aviation mysteries of the 21st century. It's a chilling reminder of how, within moments, the ordinary can morph into the extraordinary, the explicable into the inexplicable. And then just like that, Flight 370 was gone. In the wake of the disappearance, a massive multinational search was launched. This was no ordinary search operation. It was the largest and most expensive in aviation history. 26 countries from every corner of the globe united in their efforts to trace the missing airliner. The initial search efforts were concentrated in the South China Sea, where the aircraft made its last known contact. But soon, the search area expanded. The vastness of the Indian Ocean was now the primary focus. This was a daunting challenge. The Indian Ocean, the third largest body of water on our planet, is known for its treacherous undercurrents and depths reaching over 7 kilometers. In the face of such overwhelming odds, the search teams were relentless. They scoured the vast expanse day and night in planes, ships, and submarines. They deployed advanced technology like the Bluefin 21, a torpedo-shaped submarine drone capable of scouring the ocean floor for wreckage. Then there were the satellite images. They were a beacon of hope in an otherwise dark situation. These images showed possible debris, triggering a flurry of activity. Every time a satellite image surfaced suggesting possible debris, search teams would rush to the location only to be met with disappointment. The search was further complicated by the pings. These were signals, supposedly from the aircraft's black box. Each ping, a glimmer of hope, a potential lead to the aircraft's final resting place. But alas, they too proved to be false. The pings, it turned out, were from a search ship, not the missing aircraft. The search for Flight 370 was a Herculean task. It was a testament to human resilience and cooperation. It was a quest driven by the hope to bring closure to the families of the missing passengers and crew. Yet, despite the tireless efforts of the search teams, despite the advanced technology at their disposal, and despite the cooperation of nations, the search yielded no concrete results. Despite the Herculean efforts, the search yielded no concrete results. The vanishing of Flight 370 remains one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. With no solid leads, theories and speculations began to flood in. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the mystery of Flight 370 only deepened. The absence of any credible evidence sparked a flurry of hypotheses, each more intriguing than the last. One of the most widely discussed theories suggests the possibility of pilot suicide. It's been speculated that the pilot, or perhaps the co-pilot, deliberately veered off course, disabling communication systems and plunging the plane into the ocean. This theory, however, is met with skepticism, as both pilots had no known history of mental illness and were highly experienced. Then, there's the hijacking theory. Some believe that the plane was taken over by terrorists or political extremists. They argue that the abrupt change in flight path and the disabling of communication systems could indicate a hijack. But again, no group has ever claimed responsibility, and no evidence of a hijack has been found. Mechanical failure is another theory. Critics of this hypothesis point out that the Boeing 777 has an excellent safety record, and the specific plane in question had been inspected just days before the flight. Yet, proponents argue that even the most reliable machines can fail unpredictably. And then, of course, there are the more fantastical theories. Some propose that the plane was swallowed up by a black hole. Others that it was zapped by a powerful beam of energy from outer space. And yes, there are those who believe that the plane was abducted by aliens. While these theories are largely dismissed by mainstream experts, they nevertheless add to the enigma that is Flight 370. Each theory has its proponents and detractors, its pieces of supporting evidence, and its inconsistencies. Yet none of them provides a complete satisfying answer to what happened to Flight 370. Yet, despite all these theories, the truth remains elusive. To this day, the vanishing of Flight 370 continues to baffle experts and laymen alike. This baffling mystery has left a profound impact on the world. It's not just about the missing aircraft or the unanswered questions that continue to swirl around its disappearance. It's about the human element. The 239 souls on board that plane, their families, friends, and loved ones who were left in a state of perpetual uncertainty, their lives shattered by a tragedy that lacks closure. This lingering mystery has led to a collective global heartache. The families of the passengers and crew continue their pursuit for answers, their quest for closure. The pain of not knowing what happened to their loved ones is a burden they carry every day. It's a wound that refuses to heal, a question that echoes in their minds, a void that cannot be filled. But the disappearance of Flight 370 has also sparked a worldwide call for change. In the wake of this tragedy, the aviation industry has been forced to reassess and overhaul its safety and tracking measures. New protocols have been implemented to ensure that a similar incident does not happen in the future. Satellite tracking of commercial flights has become more comprehensive, and the international community has united to improve the effectiveness of search and rescue operations. Yet, despite these advances, The mystery of Flight 370 persists. It stands as a sobering reminder of our limitations, a testament to the unpredictable nature of life, and a symbol of the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity. It highlights the vastness of our world, the depths of our oceans, and the complexities of our skies. The vanishing of Flight 370 is a somber reminder of the vastness of our world and the mysteries it still holds.